Rouse's is proud of the creativity and the unparalleled entertainment in New Orleans, and honored to highlight it with their sponsorship of Steppin Out on WYES.
Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, with updates from the local restaurant, arts, and entertainment scenes. Joining me, what a show, Poppy Tooker, host of Louisiana Eats on WWNO Radio. Hi, Poppy.
Hello, Peg.
Hello. Deacon John Moore himself, guitarist, singer, bandleader extraordinaire, who will be honoring at an upcoming WYES event. Hello, Deacon. Great to see you. Hi there.
Hey, la ba. Come see, come sa.
And Phil Melancon,
Hello there.
whose next cabaret show pays tribute to a famous satirist, Tom Lehrer. Hey, welcome, Phil.
Thank you.
And Alan Smason of theatercriticism.com and the Crescent City Jewish News. Hello, Mr.
Hey,
Alan.
Peg.
Poppy, an update from one of New Orleans' oldest restaurants.
Big news from Tujague's. There is a new chef. I must say I'm very enamored with Chef Cornelius Singer. He is a hometown boy. He was educated at Cohen High. He started working, you're going to love this, Peg. His first job was at La Riviera, where Goffredo Fracaro took him under his wing.
Gee whiz.
But he's also worked with Elan Shaya, and most recently he was at Ralph's on the Park. So he brings some really great training to this, and his food is fantastic. There have been some changes to the menu. Of course, all the old favorites are on there, but there's Gulf Fish Lorraine is something new. Blackened fish with a coubillon sauce and crawfish rice and some tomato chow chow that's on it. And then grilled lamb chops with whipped goat cheese, roasted pecans, and a pomegranate molasses. And you cannot miss his special dessert. His blueberry and white chocolate bread pudding is out of this world. And of course, he's there serving dinner Wednesday through Sunday. And there's brunch Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays at Tujague's. Check out Cornelius Singer. He's somebody to watch.
And Poppy, that new space is beautiful.
Oh, it is beautiful. We'll talk a little bit more about the space later.
Sounds good. Deacon, I am so excited because you are so very kind to let us celebrate you and your birthday for a very special WYES event, part of our Grape Performances. So you and I are going to talk, but let's just, sort of back up a little bit. How many siblings do you have? How many brothers and sisters?
13 altogether, including me.
Incredible. We're going to be showing some photographs because we'll talk, in this June 22nd, we have this Zoom event. We'll be talking all about Deacon and showing some wonderful footage, some performance footage. But those early days, oh my goodness, there you go. Yeah, and we'll have James Moises, who is our wine expert, and you'll be able to sip and listen to the one and only Deacon, and it's all for a good cause, WYES. But Deacon, we'll talk about those early days. Like, for instance, Deacon John and the here we go. Look at that.
Ooh, which one is me?
I think we can figure that out in the front. So you all did the rosary every day?
Every day at 6 o'clock, the rosary was broadcast on WSMB, and at 6 o'clock, everybody had to be home to listen to the recitation of the rosary.
Oh, how very sweet. And later on, let's see, where are you in this picture, too?
Well, I've gotten a little bigger. I'm in the background.
In the background, okay. But you were an altar boy, weren't you?
No, I was a choir boy.
Excuse me, choir
I wasn't
boy.
an
I'm
altar
sorry.
boy.
Pardon me, choir
We always
boy.
were jealous of of the altar boys because they got to drink the priest's wine.
Oh, right. You led a deprived life, right? But we're so excited about it. And yeah, and I guess we'll tease a little bit here. Deacon John and the Ivories. Where did the Ivories name? How did you come up with that?
Well, I didn't come up with that. I was playing with a band called the Ivories before I got the Deacon John moniker.
Okay.
And the band broke up, so we kind of reorganized. And I was the singer in the band, so everybody said, "Oh, we're going to call him. What we going to call him?" Because everybody had the singer's name in front of the band. It was Tommy Ridgely and the Untouchables, Danny White and the Cavaliers, Sugar Boy and the Cane Cutters. Said, "What we gonna call him?" And everybody said, "Oh, let's call him Deacon John." I said, "Oh no, don't do that. We can never get no gigs around here. Everybody gonna think we got a gospel group, man. Come on."
But it all worked out. It all worked out. And we're going to talk more about that on this 22nd. Once again, you got to get your tickets at wyes.org/events. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to spend an hour. Also, a little bit later in our show, we're going to give you a sneak preview of one of the great performances with Deacon John and Dr. John. All right, Deacon, we'll hear from you in just a little bit. Thank you so much, though. And moving over to Phil Melancon. And Phil, I have so enjoyed over the years your cabaret shows, your various tributes to famous, of course, lyricists and composers, and many of them are satirical. Your Alan Sherman tribute a few years back.
That was wild, huh?
But this time, Tom Lehrer, tell us about it.
Well, Tom Lehrer is I'm a big fan of his. And you know, a lot of the comedy, the musical comedy of New Orleans came pretty much through Tom Lehrer. Friends like my mentor, Sam Adams, Rookie Graham, Becky Allen, those people, a lot of their comedy, it was right in line of what Lehrer did.
Tell
funny
us
introduction.
a little bit about him. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, he was at 14. He went to he went to Harvard, and he was a mathematician. Ended up teaching at Harvard. Put out only two albums. Then he stopped recording these things in 1972, and then he wrote for children's television, which is just as delightful as you can imagine.
Well, you have quite the cast. Tell us about who's going to be in it.
Oh yeah, we sure do. First of all, is Bremner Duthie, and Bremner's a Canadian guy who's really has a fabulous personality and a beautiful voice. Claudia Baumgartner, she's a costume impresario, I guess you would call her.
She is.
And she's just delightful. You know, has a real nice wry sense of humor, and she works hard and has a nice voice. And then we got this Alfred Richard. You ever see this guy? Oh my gosh, he is so much fun. So much fun. I got to work with him in the Academy Awards show a few weeks ago, a month or so ago, and he was just wonderful, just wonderful.
He has a nice singing voice too. People don't realize that.
Oh, he certainly does. He gets all the straight
with
lines in the show.
Danny O'Flaherty too.
Oh, he did. Oh, yes, he could sing in that Gaelic, I guess it's called.
Yeah, yes, I guess so. And you're going to perform for us in a little while. But once again, all right, 202-0986 to make reservations. And you're going to be at the Britannia at Canal Place. That's a new venue for you.
Right. Yeah, new venue for everybody. It's exciting. You know, they're giving us a theater, and we get to use it 4 nights.
All right, we look forward to hearing a song from Mr. Lehrer in just a moment. And moving over to Alan, and sort of a new look at Tulane Summer Lyric this time around, huh?
Right. Well, you know, Peggy, when it came time to produce the first of their 3 shows this year, Summer Lyric was still trying to figure out what to do because they weren't certain whether or not they would be wise to have an indoor venue. So they decided to instead opt for an outdoor venue in keeping with the COVID restrictions. And again, it paid off really well because they're at the Old Mint. We now know it as the New Orleans Jazz Museum, but you will see Songs for a New World, the first of their offerings. This is by Jason Robert Brown. And Polanco Jones, a remarkable choreographer and dancer in his own right, is selected to be the first person of color to direct a Summer Lyric at Tulane production, ushering in a new and hopeful era of inclusion, diversity, and equity. And the fluid choreography seems to never end. It's a perfect counterpart to the exquisite singing of the 4 top performers, Prentice Mouton, Adair Watkins, Shimon Rose, and all equity members, by the way. And there you see Meredith Owens. The museum's back patio, with its 2 exposed balconies, are used to really great effect, and all of the performers, including Madison Britton, D'Angelo, Reynard Boutte, and Eric Shawn and Julia Swan, all add to the performances in support of the more prominent roles. A shout out to Memphis-born Prentice Mouton for his rendition of Flying Home, and Meredith Owens for her satiric Surabaya Santa, and her wonderful interpretation of Stars in the Moon, perhaps the best known of all the songs for this review show by Jason Robert Brown. I was also impressed with Big Easy boy Adair Watkins, who mixed his voice with Simone Rose. The World Was Dancing, and also I'd Give It All for You. And aside from the distractions of the outside sounds of the French Quarter, the musicians were led by Natalie True. They did their very, very best to make the sound come together with the voices. This is going to be the last weekend with reserved seats at $40. There's Simone, and lawn space back behind there for $20. Bring your own chairs. Live musical theater, people, is back in New Orleans at the Old Mint. Meanwhile, Carol Eshelman, who's been with the Rummel Genesian Players, you may remember, she actually has a new performance space and a new rehearsal space on the West Bank in Gretna. She's teaming up with Mayor Belinda Constant, and they are unveiling a new place where they'll be able to have their auditions on July the 19th and the 20th. That's in Gretna on Franklin Street. The Gretna Cultural Center in downtown Gretna will be going to be their official new performance space, so check that out as well. And last but not least, Peggy, I am reviewing a one-woman show starring Tova Feldsha, in which she transforms into Dr. Ruth Westheimer. Now, she's known, of course, as a very famous sex therapist. Dr. Ruth is a Holocaust survivor, and believe it or not, was also a sharpshooter for the state of Israel during its early independent years. She'll tell about all of that, and also in the piece talk about her family in becoming Dr. Ruth. It's now streaming from the North Coast Repertory Company outside of San Diego, and anyone who's seen Tova become Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Leona Helmsley, Golda Meir, or even fight those zombies on Walking Dead will know exactly what a wonderful actress she is. Go check that out, Tova Feldsha.
Thank you so much. Yes, and back over to Poppy with some news.
Well, I have all my rhinestones out because we're celebrating Gay Pride Week next week, and it's going to all kick off this Sunday at the Bar Marilou, Sunday the 13th, where they are bringing back the tradition of the tea dance. There's going to be drag queens, drag kings, there's going to be burlesque and boylesque with shows at 5 and 8 p.m. And so that's happening at Bar Marilou. Tickets are available. It's going to be a great time. But next Thursday, I am hosting a Gay Pride drag queen happy hour at Tujague's.
All right.
And there is going to be all sorts of fun going on down at Tujague's. We're going to have special cocktails. Now, that is one of the girls from my book. There's Debbie with a D. She's going to be there with Crescent Care, giving out free at-home HIV test kits. Everybody showing up in drag is going to get a little free drag queen brunch. Punch. There's going to be lots of fun giveaways and drink specials. And then the big news, Poppy's Pop-Up Drag Brunch is back at Tujague's starting the last Sunday in June. As always, it's 3 courses for drag queens, hosted by my darling Laveau Contraire. Debbie with the D will be appearing, Star Alexander, Coochie Leachy. 3 courses for drag queens. Fun like only we know how to have. And it's going to be in that gorgeous Iris room. We're taking over the 2nd floor. There's a balcony. It's going to be great. Tickets are selling fast. So call and make your reservations now if you want to join us.
All right, thank you. And back to Deacon. And Deacon, one of the highlights, I think, of course, of our show that we'll be doing together on the 22nd, it's a Zoom event, is we've gotten permission to show some incredible footage from a music special you did called Deacon John's Jump Blues. We're going to show a little bit of going back to New Orleans. But tell us about that. Dr. John's in it too, isn't he?
Dr. John, Alan Toussaint, Henry Butler, Wardell Cazell, Sister T.D., and a whole
We're going to
host
show
of
them all. Yes, yes. Let's now hear, though, a bit of Going Back to New Orleans from the music show Deacon John's Jump Blues, and on piano, Dr. John.
Going back home, T98 to the land of the beautiful queens. I'm going back home to my baby. I'm going back to New Orleans. Gonna see me name, my parent, cousin, and my mom and pa. Gonna plant my feet on Rampart Street, be there for the Mardi Gras. I've been to Cuba, South America way. I've been to Euro, Mexico is okay. Over in France, the chicks are really fine. I get my thrill below the Mason Dixie line. Going back home, see now day, never more will I roam. Gonna get my taste of gumbo filet, cause New Orleans is my home.
Thank you so much to Cyril Vetter, the producer of Deacon John's Jump Blues, for the use of that video, and we'll be showing you much more of that. Once again, Grape Performances, June 22nd, WYES.org/events, and it's also going to include wonderful wine, too, so you can sip while you watch and enjoy Deacon John. Now, Deacon, let me ask you this. Wasn't this at the Orpheum? The space looks so beautiful.
It was at the historic Orpheum Theater before it was renovated.
Oh, it still looked pretty good, I got to tell you. It looked really good, but we are so grateful for you, and we get to wish you happy birthday. We really look forward to it, and appreciate you being with us today, too, but I'm looking forward to working with you on that, and we're going to be talking about so many things. We have a whole hour that we can chat, and it's going to be because I think you are known to talk, huh? You talk, sing, and play the guitar.
Well, we just want to know what's in your wallet.
That's right. You do commercials too. All right, Deacon, thank you so much. We'll see you in just a little bit for your pick of the week. But now it's time for Phil for showtime, huh?
Well,
you going to play a song for us?
I was gonna do that, but I don't want to follow Deacon. My God, I want to follow Errol or someone like that around here. My gosh.
Go right ahead.
Yes, if you don't mind, I thought I would educate people today and remind them of the wonders of the periodic table. There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, hydrogen and oxygen, and nitrogen and radium, nickel, neodymium, neptunium, germanium, iron, americium, and ruthenium, and radium. There's europium, zirconium, luthium, vanadium, lathium, and osmium, luthium and osmium, acetine and radium, gold, protactinium, indium, and gallium, iodine, thorium, thumium, and thallium. You follow that with itaboom, yttrium, and actium and rubidium, boron, gadolinium, endymium, and
there's a lot
another.
of them.
There's strontium and silicon, silver and samarium, bismuth, bromine, lithium, barium, and barium. There's holmium and helium and hafnium and erbium and phosphorus and francium and francine and terbium. There's manganese and mercury, molybdenum and magnesium and dysprosium and phasium and cerium and cesium, followed by lead, praseodymium, platinum and plutonium, palladium, promethium, potassium and polonium. There's thallium and technium, titanium and beryllium, and cadmium and calcium, chromium and curium. And finally, there's also sulfur-californium, fermium and berkelium, mendelevium, einsteinium, and of course nobelium, argon, krypton, neon, radon, xenon, zinc, and rhodium, chlorine, carbon, cobalt, copper, tungsten, tin, and sodium. Now, as amazing as that is of the modern periodic table, much of the credit really should go to the first Element song, which was written 2,500 years before Mr. Tom Lehrer was even a trace element in his father's eyes. Yes, way back in ancient Greece, in the old arts district of Stone Pan Alley, Mr. Hoagie Aristotle wrote this fine element song. There's air, fire, earth, water.
You are a courageous soul.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Could never do that. Could never, ever do that. Once again, next week. So it's a total of what, four performances?
4
2
performances
weekends.
at the Canal Place, starting on June 17th.
That's going to be so much fun. 202-0986. Thank you so much, Phil.
My pleasure.
That's great. Oh, my goodness. And then back to Alan.
And of course, Peggy, it was elementary. Let's go on and again have a little bit of a sad note, though, Peggy. I wanted to acknowledge the passing of Maria Jacobi Alessandra, the founder, along with her brother Joseph Jacobi of the Delta Festival Ballet. Throughout her 92 years, she was highly regarded as a figure in ballet and dance, and our condolences, of course, to her family and friends, and of course, there were many of those out there. So, again, Maria Jacobi, we will sadly miss her. Now, back a few years ago, Simone Rose was a standby for the storyteller in Once on This Island, and she toured nationally with Beautiful, the Carole King musical. Well, she's fresh off of her success of Songs for a New World. There you see her. She'll be my guest on the NOLA Theater talk show, and the two of us actually enjoyed a little festive repast in New York City after a matinee at Circle in the Square of Once on This Island. She'll be my guest, so check it out on either the NOLA Theater Folk Facebook group, the theatercriticism.com Facebook page, or on my own YouTube channel. And by the way, Peggy, there will probably be a lot of you who will all get Glee, or perhaps you'll find Neverland this Sunday when Matthew Morrison returns to the Seth Rudetsky concert series. Again, $25 for tickets and a $50 pass if you want for the VIPers to check out the rehearsal, basically, that's going on. And before I let you go, Peggy, I have to remind everybody that in 2008 on Broadway, a genius that we all know now from Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda, had his first Best Musical of In the Heights. Well, a celebration of Latinx culture in the Heights with an amazing cast is now going to be on screens, the big screens and the small screens. Lin-Manuel Miranda won the Best Musical that year, and the first of 3 musicals we're looking for this summer, including Dear Evan Hansen and West Side Story to follow. But In the Heights is out today. It stars Anthony Ramos from Hamilton with cameos by Lin-Manuel and Christopher Jackson, both of the original stars. There's Chris now. It's a movie which largely is a Valentine to New York, although it does show off some of its seamy underbelly. You can see it now on either HBO Max, stream it, or go to the theaters and go check out the movies.
I am so glad it finally opened. They kept pushing it back and pushing it back. Thank you so much, Alan. Now time for our picks of the week. Poppy.
On Saturday, I'm going to be giving an author's talk and a book signing at the Ascension Parish Library in Gonzales. And I'm just so happy to be out and about in the public again. I hope all my friends in the river parishes will come see me.
All right, Deacon, how can people reach you if they want you to play for them?
Just go to deaconjohnmoore@yahoo.com.
All right, and you can be reached.
I don't have any engagements open to the public right now. I can't invite y'all to the wedding reception, sorry.
But you are available. That's good to know. Thank you. And Phil.
Oh, currently I'm playing at the Canal Place on Tuesdays and Saturdays, 4 to 6.
At the Britannia.
And at the Britannia, excuse me. And the and also at the Superior Seafood over at
when do you play there?
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
From 5 to 7.
All right, thank you so much. And Alan.
Well, I wanted to alert everybody about another church-related event. It has nothing to do with deacons, sorry about that, but it's St. George's Summer Series. It's going to be on St. Charles Avenue, and they're doing Queen and the Beatles on July the 13th. Again, this is the Electric Yacht Orchestra, Peggy. What's better than that? Featuring Andre Boren. And again, I think the tickets are $20, and if you want to get a pod, a table, it's $30. Go check that out.
Oh, and Alan, I have seen them play. They're incredible. And Andre, of course, is an amazing pianist. But thank you.
I'll see you at the theater.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Now, my picks, another monthly piety market in Exile at the corner of St. Claude and Spain Street, and artists and craft booths, music and food from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., and that's between the New Orleans Healing Center and the KIPP School. Guitarist Christian Surpass and Ghost Town duo will be playing this weekend at Cosino's Italian Grill in Covington from 6:30 to 9:30 on Saturday. Also Saturday, this is very, very exciting, there will be the opera night, first time, at the Gallery on Magazine. The Opera Festa Singers is a group of 8 professional classical opera singers, and they're based in New Orleans, and the group will perform opera favorites, musical theater hits, and classical songs. Doors opens at 6:30. The performances is at 7:30. Go to galleryonmagazine.com/tickets to get your tickets. Sunday is the last day for the Dancing in the Streets photo exhibit. Amazing photos and films of New Orleans social aid and pleasure clubs and second lines. It's really a great exhibit. 520 Royal, the old WDSU address there. The Historic New Orleans Collection. It's free. Go to hnoc.org for info, and this new book is just great by Judy Cooper, which is in conjunction with it. It's a gorgeous book. It's based on the exhibit. Comedian Chris Champagne has a new comedy act at the Rockin' Bowl. That's next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. He will be skewering local politicos, and comedian Mike Strecker will be joining him. Dinner is available before the show. Call 330-9117 for reservations. And gentlemen and lady, it is so nice to have you on.
Thank you.
To be doing and bringing music. We haven't done music in a while here for our Steppin' Out, and we're just thrilled, and we're glad you all are with us. Thank you all so very much, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Rouse's is proud of the creativity and the unparalleled entertainment in New Orleans, and honored to highlight it with their sponsorship of Steppin' Out on WYES.